Okay, everyone. Today's review subject is the game New Tales from the Borderlands. It's the newest entry in the Borderlands series, but it's a sequel to the Telltale series. And where do I begin with this one? I love the Telltale series of games, but this game doesn't feel like a Borderlands or a Telltale game at all. But we'll get to that later. Let's introduce the characters this time around. You play with three of them. You play with Anu Radadar, who is a scientist at Atlas. Yes, that Atlas, the one that Reese owned an episode in the Telltale series at the end of the Telltale series season 1, episode 5, and in 3 that he owns. And Reese, we'll get to him. He's in this game, but we'll get to him after we get with the main characters. Next is it's Octavio Dar, the brother of Anu Radadar, and he's a schemer with the with plans to make it to the top, but he's kind of in the middle because he's always getting caught. Nah, but seriously, something like that. He's basically Keenan from Keenan and Kel, but with a whole but just do pop culture shit. Which okay, fine, well enough. We'll get to more on these characters later. And we have the next is Fran. She's well, how do I categorize Fran? She has orange hair. She's how do I say this without being called fat phobic or whatever? She is a woman of heavier size. No wait, that's still fat. I'm just gonna call her fat. Someone will probably get mad at me, but what? But oh well. And let's go back in the beginning to Anu. Anu, she's the genius type, the nerdy shy type. But they gave her a character flow where she hyperventilates a lot, which okay, that's fine enough. But then they give her something else where she's like how should I put this? You guys ever played the Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, or its sequel 2, and when Peter Parker has like them dialogue scenes where he's like moving around with like his hands like this in front of him, and like jumping like this, like that, moving from side to side like that, not staying in one place. That's her character trait, and she doesn't like guns despite working with Atlas, a company that make guns and living in a basically a Borderlands, but not really. We'll get to that. She lives in Hyperion, and they gave her this one running joke with her where people keep saying that she invents a device that can teleport people away someplace other. People are not taking that weapon seriously, but anyway, before this is gonna get too long, and they keep calling it a weapon, but she constantly interrupts by saying it's not a weapon, it's a device, which happens a lot. There are a lot of running jokes in this game that just doesn't really sit well with me. And I'm a guy who likes corny humor. There's also a lot of corny humor in this too. Okay, we're gonna get to next is Octavia. As I said before, he's a schemer trying to get off of the fuck. I forgot the planet they're on, but he's trying to get off of the planet they're on. It's a planet that Atlas attacked. I forgot what it was called. Someone will probably correct me in the comments. Oh yeah, there's also a robot assassin's character whose name I can't. I think it was called. He was called Louis, which he's a good. Which I like him. Let's see. And then there's Fran, as I said before. She has a character flow where she's horny and angry. Those are the only two types of, not a character flow. Horny is not a character flow, but you get the point. Where she's horny and angry a lot. So yeah, they give this backstory to her that okay, yeah, I see why she's angry. She and well, she's the only one of the only characters that don't annoy me. Reese, on the other hand, they did my man dirty. They rewritten him twice. In Borderlands and Tales from the Borderlands, I liked what they basically said about him. Him in the Tales from Borderlands 3, he was rewritten a little bit better, but not by much. Oh yeah, he's also not voiced by Troy Baker this time in 3. Don't know why. Maybe conflict schedules. And in this one, he's just a heartless businessman, basically taking the role of, not heartless, but basically taking the role of Vasquez. But he's not evil like Vasquez, so that's one thing that they can do. They also made him very stupid smart guy, which I kind of hate. But anyway, let's start with the plot. Well, basically this the new bad guy who's not Handsome Jack this time. What's her face? I forgot her name. Madison, or was it Addison Stillwell? She wants a vault key device for an invention. I'm not going to spoil that. To basically like nuke a planet, destroy a planet, and they have the three protagonists have to stop her, with Louis tagging along. But Louis does nothing. I mean, he has a bounty that he has to kill like some people. He kills some people throughout the game. Okay, that's this is also another game that gives you like where the characters are fighting against capitalism. And also for Borderlands game, they fight. In one of the episodes, I'm not gonna spoil that, they fight a vault monster, which was fun. But we're gonna get into the gameplay a little bit later. But the one thing I hate about it is that you wanna know how long the vault key plot line for the most part, and the vault monster for the most part are in the game. They basically end that vault fight against the vault monster in episode 2 or 3, which is normally not how the Borderlands does it. They normally do the vault monster at the end of the game. But I digress. Oh yeah, Fran, she also owns a froyo shop. What is it with these games and capitalism nowadays? Trying to fight capitalism and froyo shops. I mean, seriously. Okay, the running jokes section. I'm gonna try and make this as short as possible. There's this running joke in this game that gets really old, really fast, where Anu makes a device, that device I was talking about earlier, puts one of the crystals in the device, and the crystal can heal people. And then for some reason, they all think it's a great idea to take turns shooting each other with a gun and using the device to heal them. And you want to know how long that goes on for? That goes on for about five or several minutes. I'm not sure, but that goes on forever, and gets really fucking annoying after a while. Okay, we're gonna get into the gameplay part of this video now. I don't want this review to be all negative, so we're gonna get into the good. I like the gameplay. They give you an option to how do you say it? The choice timer. They give you an option to like take that off completely to give you more time for choices. They gave you mini games, which you can choose the option to skip the mini games, which is okay. That's cool. And there's a lot of mini games in this game. There are also some in-game story things about stealth missions, which doesn't really make sense because one of the characters, Fran, I forgot to tell you, she's in a hover mobility chair. She can't walk, and she's a big target, and she's doing stealth with the main characters. Which, okay, that's kind of fucking stupid, but I'll give them a pass for that. As I said before, there's also, before we get back to the gameplay, there's also this one part that's like a giant Shark Tank reference where they have like people showing off their inventions at a Shark Tank, and like a Shark Tank type of thing. But the catch is there's an actual Shark Tank that kills people. that they drop people in and they get eaten by a shark. And there's a whole fight scene in that, which by the way we don't get to see that fight scene like at all. They only talk about the fight scene. Octavio like hosts the fight scene, which okay. And by the way, this one episode, that whole Shark Tank thing is almost it's the whole episode. By the way, also Octavio's trying to like get into this thing called like the Dirty 30, which is like a place where adventurers go, which goes somewhere in the story, but I'm not going to spoil all that. Per usual in Telltale games, you can also make choices which affect the story and gives you multiple endings and dialogue options with other characters. They also have like this thing where Louis basically like says because skateboards as currency, not real skateboards, figurative skateboards, and I think that factors into the endings also. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to talk about. There's this Fabio looking dude, shirtless, who just goes around. The only speaking lines he has is free labor. That's his only lines. The actor gets paid to say free labor. And there was this dance scene in it that wow was out of left field. I joked about which I said this as a joke when I was playing the game with my brother. If they twerk in this game, I'm done. And what do? They have one of the characters twerk, which is predictable. But anyway, as far as the game goes, the story is okay. It doesn't feel like a Borderlands game. There's a lot of anti-capitalism and really, really, really dumb humor that makes me cringe, and I like cringy fucking humor, so that's really like weird. But I can tell that the people who wrote this game did not care about Borderlands like at all, and it's from the people who make Borderlands 2K. And I'm not gonna use the whole woke argument because that's fucking stupid and I fucking hate it. But this game just doesn't feel like a Borderlands game. It feels like a Borderlands game with Borderlands with the Borderlands aesthetic. Also, before I end this game really, again, really did my man Reese dirty, like really bad. Also, cameos. Athena's in it, and Athena is in the game, but she has like no speaking lines whatsoever. And what's her name? Fiona is in the game also. At the end, Laura Bailey reprised her role. There's also references to Tales from the Borderlands in the game. This game is also the first Telltale game without the thing that they do when the choices you could carry the choices over into the new game, which I don't get why they did it like that. But anyway, this review has gone on long enough. This game, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not good, not bad. The story is like, it's okay. It's not fine, but it gets the job done for a Borderlands game. Excuse me. But that's all the time we have for this. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of the game. Follow the socials: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Not Facebook. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and all that. And I will see you guys next time. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for y'all. I'm out, chooms. Peace.